Mike Brenner. The next segment in our Odds Couple sports betting show here is Big Ten Week 1 spreads. 14 teams in the Big Ten. 4 of them have games against FCS teams. 10 of them have games against FBS teams, which have lines that are already out, including totals.
Yeah.
Including totals, Mike Brenner, which is reminding me how much I like to bet totals in college football. We got a lot of interesting games here, some marquee matchups like LSU and Wisconsin.
Now, I want to cut you off real quick. I got to ask you a question. With the totals, all right, in college football, I know that, do you wait closer to kickoff, or do you see some value to put those bets in early for our viewers?
Usually it's half and half. Definitely during the regular season, so I jump on openers for sure. Okay. And then others I sort of wait until the day of game. But definitely, I'd say about half of them are I take on the openers. And here's one that I'm thinking about. I actually took it already.
All right.
It's Indiana against Florida International.
Ooh,
Indiana looks like they have roughly the same kind of team as years past. Some nice weapons on offense and then vulnerability on defense. Florida International is, a lower tier team, but all of their strengths this year on offense, all their weaknesses are on defense. Yeah. I took the over 61 in that one. That line, I suspect, might go up a little bit. As far as the side's concerned, I'm not exactly sure, but let's start things off with that. That's my first recommended play. Now we got a bunch of other interesting games. Huge favorites with Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Washington. You have anything about any of these games, Mike Brenner?
Well, it's just again, those are the ones I don't think they're really even going to be a contest now. There's going to be values, obviously, in some of the inflated lines, and maybe some of the lines that are just a little too tight. I look at some other matchups as far as, like LSU and Wisconsin and Washington. There's one. Washington's going up against the play Rutgers. Or they're at home, I think they are. But they better be careful. That might be a trap game if they're not too,
Well, Rutgers has a new coach, and last year, of course, was the disaster season.
Of course.
For them
That's why I'm saying they might want to make sure they're looking out, and it may be one that might be a little overvalued. So.
Yeah, with Washington, that's what I'm thinking as well. I also more than that, I prefer the under at 55. That's another one I took. Last year, Washington didn't have a game that got to 55 until week 10.
Wow.
And Rutgers, who knows what's going to happen with them in terms of their their new
like
schemes
you said,
on
new
offense.
coach.
So and we know that Washington doesn't really have a lot of playmakers on offense. So I'm definitely leaning Rutgers at plus 26, and definitely leaning a little bit stronger the under at 55. There's another one I'm thinking about, Mike Brenner.
What's that, buddy?
Western Michigan at Northwestern. Now, Northwestern, of course, last year they had the big win over Stanford in week 1, beat them by 10. Then, though, they played at home against Ball State, another MAC team, and beat them only by 4.
Exactly. And that shows you how certain teams get up for the big ones and not for the little ones.
And in general, I think we're going to see more of the same from Northwestern this year. Strong defense, strong in the trenches, but lacking playmakers on offense. Western Michigan, on the other hand, looking like they have a relatively good brand, good version of their team. Yes, exactly. A lot of returning talent on offense.
Saw that.
So I'm liking Western Michigan plus the points. Right now it's 6.5. We'll see where it closes, but that's another one I'm leaning towards.
I kind of like that too. Western Michigan's a tough team, Pete. They play good ball, very well coached, and look out for that offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it might be similar to the Ball State game last year.
There was one I wanted to ask you about LSU and Wisconsin. I think again LSU better be careful because they know they're coming out of the gate highly ranked, a whole bunch of expectations. Wisconsin quietly putting this team back together after some changes there.
The line is going down. It was 10.5 about a week ago. Now it's down to 9.5, which is a pretty big move. I can certainly understand why that move would be. I'm still watching and waiting and thinking what I think about that one. I would definitely lean Wisconsin though.
I do too, and I almost took it last week at 10.5, Pete. When I saw that thing drop, I about shit my pants. I was like, son of a gun, because I really felt like that was the move. Now I still like them with the points now.
Okay. Anything else? It'll be an interesting game. Hawaii at Michigan getting 41.
Yeah.
Going to be Hawaii's second game. I'm not exactly sure if Michigan's going to be motivated to cover.
Well, that's what a friend of mine told me. He took him. He had got him at 40, and he took it. And he said he thinks that they're not going to be as motivated. This is going to be the classic overlook game. But I don't know. I don't think Harbaugh's going to let his guys overlook anybody. I don't even think he's going to let his offense overlook his defense in practice for real. This guy wants it. This is their year. It's a huge line, but there is a part of me that says Michigan might blow up early and then kind of go to the preventive defense type of thing, and so therefore maybe that line,
Yeah, maybe so. And then another one I'm thinking about, not sure, but I'm thinking about it, is Oregon State plus 13 at Michigan.
I can't believe you told me.
You like Oregon State?
Oregon State. They're not at Michigan.
I'm sorry, it was at Minnesota. Sorry.
Exactly. I love that. I look right there, and that's not going to be an easy game. Yeah.
And you like Oregon State?
I like Oregon State.
Yeah. I mean, both these teams
buddy.
Both these teams are kind of like lower tier. And Oregon State is in their second year of a rebuild. rebuild.
Yeah.
They're still, have a long ways to go.
Sure.
But are they at the point where they can, cover a double-digit spread against a lower tier or mid-range team, Big Ten team in the first week of the season? Maybe they can.
I really like that one, Pete. And again, great minds think alike. So the fact that you nailed that game and told and said it, and it was one of my top ones, I think that's going to be the one to jump on, baby.
They got a quarterback who's more like last year. They had all sorts of issues on the offensive line, and they still don't have a lot of great depth. But that's not going to come into play in week one as much as it will in the middle of the season. All right, I'm thinking that way as well. All right, Mike Brenner, what's your top 1 or 2 leans as of right now for the Big Ten week 1?
Okay, well, my top lean is going to be Oregon State. I like them with those points, Pete, and I like Rutgers with the 26.
Okay.
I just got to take it.
Sounds good. My top 2 leans, I'm going to say Western Michigan plus 6.5, and I'll say Rutgers Washington under 55.
Ooh, I like it, Pistol.
All right,
Pete.
those are just our leans, though, not official picks, but sounds good. I'm ready for college football to start, right, Mike Brenner?
Breaking down that college football, baby.
If you like Captain American football, there's 50,000 dead presidents on the line in this year's Beat the Prick contest. In case you ain't fucking guessed, I'm the prick. Click on the link below for more info. I'm ready to stomp some ass. This is gonna be my best performance yet. So join today. It's free, you fucking squares.